Live from the Caterpillar Global Communications Center at Bradley University, this is BUTV News.
Good evening and welcome to BUTV News. I'm Tirza Sprigella.
And I'm Sheridan Hertig. Let's take a look at the news.
Earlier today, the Princeton Reviews named Bradley as one of the top 20 best schools for internships among private schools in the nation. Schools listed are based off of best return investments, being 40 date points or more covering academics, affordability, and career preparation. Internships are an important building block to any student's future, and it is an honor to attend a university that strives for that. Bradley University is making their mark on sharing the stories of those who have been affected by the COVID pandemic in the community. Carly Huff has more.
After being closed for the better part of the spring semester last year due to the national pandemic, it is no surprise that many of Bradley's community have been affected by COVID. However, one professor saw this tragedy through another lens. After seeing the history that this pandemic is creating, Assistant Professor of the History Department, Libby Tronas, knew she had to put together Bradley's first oral history project.
This is a project designed to just touch base with the Bradley community, but also the Peoria community, about what life has been like for them over the last year, since March of 2020.
A few lucky students were able to join this project and collect the stories of the community while also gaining important skills to further their own education. Storyteller Amin Falali jumped on the opportunity to challenge himself.
During the project, I've really been forced to change the way I think and how I look at things, and it's really great overall just because I'm interviewing such a wide range of personas and characters, so I'm really being exposed to a wide range of people.
If you would like to share your story, you can contact Dr. Tronas at ltronas@fsmail.bradley.edu. While living in a global pandemic can be isolating, projects such as this one help to show us that we are not alone in our experiences and ensure that our stories will live on for ages. Reporting for BUTV News, this is Carly Huff.
This past Monday, the Iota Kappa chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi passed out eye care COVID packages. The packages included snacks, Kleenex, and a mask. They also randomly put gift cards in 3 of the bags. This event is a part of their Kappa Week, a week where their chapter hosts events and services for students on campus. The Kappas will be hosting a Red Table Talk at the Garrett Center and Zoom Thursday night. To learn more about what they do and what to look forward to, follow them on Instagram at Bradley Noops and UPES78. Bradley has been experiencing multiple phishing scam attempts toward its students and staff as of late. BUTV reporter Carter Strauss interviewed the Director of Information Security at Bradley for more information on these attempts.
Phishing. I'm not talking about phishing with an F. Phishing with a PH. Phishing is when a scammer/hacker sends a fraudulent email that's impersonating either a company or a person from some sort of financial gain. I interviewed David Scuffham, the Director of Information Security at Bradley, and this is what he has to say about these types of emails that have been affecting Bradley as of late.
So phishing is part of the family of social engineering. So social engineering is where someone is manipulating you or manipulating the victim to do something that they wouldn't normally do. So usually there's some type of financial motive. So they're trying to get the victim to click on a link, run malware, which could lead to ransomware, click on a link, give up their username and password, other things like that.
These emails have been prevalent ever since the internet and email was invented. As the internet technology has improved over the years, so has the emails and their tactics/patterns, as David explains.
The scams that we typically see targeting students, especially that use that same motivation, are fake work from home or internship scams. The fake work from home scams are usually kind of follow along. You don't need to do much, 2, 3, 4 hours of work a week, and you'll get paid $800. So $100, $200 an hour. I mean, those are, no one gets paid that to stuff an envelope.
Bradley received these emails on a daily, almost hourly basis towards students and faculty alike. It is smart to always be on the side of caution whenever you notice something may not be right with an email you received, so you'll not be affected by this scam. Reporting for BUTV News, I'm Carter Strauss.
Last week, the Brothers of Pi Kappa Alpha held their annual Philanthropy Week, which included activities such as a cookie sale, water balloon toss, and one particularly special event. If you were out on the quad last Friday afternoon, you may have seen an unusual amount of men with shaved heads walking around. These were the men of Pike and their annual philanthropy event supporting St. Baldrick's once a year. Any volunteers interested can get their heads shaven in an event designed to raise not just money but moral support.
So the event itself that is the whole point really of St. Baldrick, because it was started in 2000 where they really did it for kids with like cancer, that like some kids are getting nervous when they shave their heads or lose their hair. So they thought, well, if we shaved your heads with you and we raise money for it, it can help out.
If you're interested in supporting St. Baldrick's, go to Pike's social media or get in touch with a brother to help out.
With spring weather finally upon us, groups around campus have been hosting more and more events outside lately, including a silent auction this past Friday. Active Minds, a national nonprofit dedicated to changing the conversation around mental health, held a silent auction on Olin Quad last Friday as a way to raise money for their local chapter and national organization. Organizations around campus donated to the auction with over 20 baskets of all different items and themes. The event, which lasted from 11 to 4 on Friday, ended with several happy winners and money having been raised for a good cause. If you're interested in learning more, head over to Active Minds social media for more information.
Up next, a look at this week's weather with Joseph Cyrus.
Followed by a new dating app that may change the dating world forever. We'll be right back.
I am what hunger looks like in America. I am an 8-year-old girl who's not excited for the last day of school. Because this may be the last time I'll have lunch. Till September. I am a single father of 2 who works 3 part-time jobs. And that's still not enough to put food on the table. I am a 16-year-old boy who just got my first job to help feed my little sisters. I was created by artificial intelligence from faces of the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger. People you pass by every day but never knew they were hungry.
Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
And welcome back. My name is Joseph Cyrus. Let's take a look at the weather. This past week has been interesting to say the least. With snow this past Tuesday, we all know this is no regular spring. Taking a look at the radar, we have a few isolated showers around the area, so make sure that you bring an umbrella. There's also a freeze advisory, so be careful out on the roads. Taking a look at the current temperature, it's about 49 degrees here in Peoria. In the Chicago area, it's well below average at 39 degrees, and in the St. Louis area, it's about 48 degrees. We should expect these trends to continue throughout the week. Taking a look at the 5-day forecast, expected to be partly cloudy with a high of 57 degrees on Thursday. On Friday, expected to be cloudy with a high chance of precipitation and a high of 55 degrees on Saturday. Expect more heavy showers with a high of 59 degrees on Sunday, and expected to be partly cloudy with a high of 62 degrees on Monday. It should be partly cloudy with a high of 76 degrees. Now it's time for your entertainment news with Tori Frazier.
This week, the entertainment industry wasn't that busy and buzzing, but let's still get right into it. Yesterday, a jury of 12 peers found police officer Derek Chauvin guilty on all counts in regards to the murder of George Floyd. Chauvin is being held in solitary confinement for 23 hours for safety reasons while he awaits sentencing. Many Americans shared their thoughts on the hearing over social media, one being George Floyd's brother, who said that accountability was taken in that courtroom today, end quote. In other news, Queen Elizabeth turned 95 today, after having to lay her husband, Prince Charles, to rest earlier this week. Due to her husband's passing, according to Global News Source, the Queen has decided to not celebrate publicly this year and instead have a private celebration with close friends and loved ones. Also, Facebook has announced that they will be testing a video speed dating app called Spark. Now, you might be wondering what sets this dating app apart from its competitors. Well, for one, users must have a Facebook account to use Spark. There's also would be no swiping right or left, no public profiles, no DMs, and it's free to use. Spark also has a website set up already explaining what the app is expected to be. Now it's a speed dating app, so users' first date will last for 4 minutes. If the first date went well and you both want a second date, you can schedule one for 10 minutes, and after that, exchange contact information. How do you feel about Facebook? I feel like Facebook's just taking over social media, everything.
Yeah,
now.
they just kind of taking everything at this point.
Now you got a dating app.
Speed dating, they're really trying to do something different here.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Coming up, a live interview with Hernan Gutierrez you won't want to miss.
And later on this week's sports highlights with Larry Larson. All this after the break.
It takes less than 1 minute to find out if you may have prediabetes. You can do it here. But you probably won't. You're busy. Kids, work, show coming back in 48 seconds. So let's do this now. Hold up one finger if you're a man, women, 0. 3 more fingers if you're over 60, 2 over 50, 1 over 40. If you're not sure, keep in mind you're sitting on a couch right now, so 1 more finger if you're not very active. 1 finger if yes, 0 if no. 1 yes, 0 no. Next, find the body type that looks most like you and hold up that many fingers while I look around awkwardly. And that's it. If you're holding up 5 fingers or more, you probably have prediabetes. Sorry to be so blunt, but hey, you're busy. Just go to the site.
Part-time job, full-time hustle, all-time Shiro to all of us. You nurture, we listen. You teach, we thrive. You lift our spirits, but we've got to lay down the truth. It's time for you, our Shiro, to stretch for the stars. A free online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to start boosting your retirement savings today. Start saving more for retirement so you can feel prepared and live your life to the fullest. Visit aceyourretirement.org/Shiro.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars. It's really tall. I'm a rocket structural engineer designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands? Yes. You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
Students in the Public Relations Capstone class here at Bradley are continuing their work to help the Peoria community in as many ways as they can. One group has started a campaign with the interest of bringing awareness to the homelessness crisis in Peoria.
With their main focus being on debunking the myths surrounding homelessness and finding ways for the community to take action, Hernan comes to us live from the GCC with one of the campaign's founding members, Sophia Vojta. Hernan?
Thanks, Sheridan. As you mentioned, I'm here with Sophia. She's the creative director of the How Can I Help My Neighbor campaign. Thanks for joining us tonight. And, my first question for you tonight is just, what is your campaign about?
So our campaign is about connecting people with the nonprofits in the Peoria area that are directly serving our unsheltered population and teaching people the safe and effective way to donate and volunteer.
So what kind of organizations have you been partnering up with in order to do that?
We are partnered with Jolt Harm Reduction and Crafted DIY Studio and Bar. And Jolt Harm Reduction, they're a harm reduction service organization that's downtown, and they work with people who are struggling with addiction. That means providing clean needles, access to medical care, and rehabilitation services.
So how did you guys kind of, decide that this was the cause that you guys wanted to do for your capstone?
So this year with COVID, it's brought a lot of attention to Peoria's homeless population. The shelters weren't very safe to stay in, and so for the first time ever, we started to see Tent City in Peoria, and it got a lot of media attention. But that also brought a lot of people wanting to drop off donations directly to these camps, which is actually really unsafe to do. And through our research, we learned that this is something that we could actually fix with our own resources and our own abilities.
So, at the end of the day, what do you want your guys' campaign's impact to be?
We hope to increase the number of people donating and volunteering in the Peoria area and doing it the right way. So we really hope people will visit our website and connect with those nonprofits, as well as just learn more about homelessness in Peoria and have some compassion for their neighbors.
And so, you mentioned some of the challenges, especially during a pandemic, that could arise in donations. Mm-hmm. How have you guys been able to, work around those or solve them?
So specifically, people felt they need to drop off clothes or drop off food directly to these unsheltered camps. But when you're living outdoors, you really have to take some serious precautions to keep it safe. And that includes not leaving out food or not leaving out things that could make nests. And so then we just need to connect people with the nonprofits accepting those things. And they, of course, have their own precautions due to COVID. And we've just made our website really an easy guide to do that, to get those things to the right place.
So real quickly, I know you mentioned you're partnered with Craft DIY. You guys are having an event coming up. Can you explain what's going on there?
Yes. So tomorrow, Thursday, April 22nd, from 5 to 9, we will be hosting an event at Crafted. They're a bar that allows you to do your own crafts that they teach you how to do. And for a half hour, we'll be having presentations from Jolt. We'll present our website and speak about it, as well as we'll have people from the Continuum of Care, which is Peoria's specific program that takes care of all the nonprofits in our homeless population, and they'll be presenting on how people can help.
All right, one last thing real quickly. Is there any contact information if people want to reach out to help? Can you explain it to us?
Yes. So first, check out our website called howcanihelpmyneighbor.wordpress.com, or check us out on Instagram and Facebook, and those are both How Can I Help My Neighbor.
Awesome. Thank you again for joining us tonight. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for you tonight. Reporting live from the GCC, I'm Renan Gutierrez, BUTV News.
Coming up, some major sports highlights with Larry Larson.
And later on, a throwback musical performance, so don't go anywhere.
Yo, Scott.
Hey.
I'm heading out, man. You want to ride?
No, I got my car, but I actually really need to go to the bathroom.
Oh, you know what? I was just in there. The line is like 10 people long.
I think I'll just...
Dude, are you okay?
You wouldn't believe what I was just thinking. I am definitely buzzed.
Yeah.
I think I will take this, and I will take that ride home.
Smart man.
Did you see how that dog was looking at me?
Baby, you see, you're so right for me, and I'm right for you. I love the things you do, like sweet tasting wine. Your lips are so divine. Your loving turns me on. My lonely days are gone. That's why I'm never gonna let you go. Never gonna let you go. Babe, I'm never gonna let you go. No, no.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're home before sunrise. On top of the house, the kids, and our future. The smell of your cooking is our alarm clock. My Shiro's day is never done. So let's start saving a little more now so we can feel prepared for retirement. A free 3-minute online chat can give us the personalized tips we need so we can live our lives to the fullest. Visit aceyourretirement.org/Shiro.
Well, Bradley fans, I've got some good news and some bad news. Which do you want first? I suppose we'll start with the bad news. Last week, Brave star guard Laisha Petrie and her sister Mari entered the transfer portal. Laisha has been the centerpiece of the Braves roster for the last 3 seasons, averaging just under 16 points per game in 88 games played, including a 33-point outing against Texas in the first round of the NCAA tournament in March. Mari averaged 7.2 points this season while starting 6 of the team's 29 games. Now, for the good news. 2 weeks ago, head coach Andrea Gorski announced that senior guard Gabby Hawk would return for a 5th season. The sharpshooter was the Braves' number 2 scoring option this season, posting 16.5 points per game while leading the team with 6.8 rebounds per game. The program also added 2 transfer forwards, Deja Powell out of Texas Tech and Sierra Morrow out of Seward County Community College. Bradley baseball continued its ascent up the MVC standings this weekend as the Braves took 3 of 4 games from Southern Illinois. Despite entering the series leading the nation in runs scored, the Salukis' bats went quiet against Bradley's pitching as the team was able to muster just 8 runs in 4 games. The weekend was highlighted by a walk-off home run by Connor O'Brien in Game 2 of Saturday's doubleheader and an 8-inning shutout performance by left-hander Brooks Goswine in Sunday's series finale. The Braves will host St. Louis for a 3-game non-conference series this weekend before returning to Valley play against Indiana State next week. After winning medalist honors in 2 consecutive tournaments, Bradley senior Taylor Ledwine placed 8th and was named the Missouri Valley Conference Golfer of the Year at the conference championship on Tuesday. Bradley battled snowy and cold conditions. As you can see there, Taylor looks a little chilly, and battled to finish tied for 6th place with a team score of 339. The all-conference honor is the 5th of Ledwine's career, while the top 10 finish is her 4th of the season. It's set to be a busy rest of the week for Bradley softball as the Braves get set to battle rival Illinois State in a doubleheader tomorrow and Northern Iowa in a 3-game series this weekend. Bradley enters the road trip with an 8-7 conference record, coming off a series victory against Indiana State. The Braves are currently in 5th place in the conference behind both UNI and ISU. That's all for sports tonight. Coming up, a look at some campus events happening around campus, followed by our musical guest. All this after the break.
Listen, you're my friend.
I noticed you haven't really been yourself recently.
Yeah, I feel like something's up.
How are you?
Are you okay?
Is there anything you want to talk about?
I just want to know how you're feeling.
And listen, even if you don't know what to say, I'm here to talk.
No matter what you're going through,
I just want you to know I'm here.
I've got your back. When you want to talk, I'm here.
Roll over. Chance high five. All right. When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique. And your mother and fur. I am totally a hot person. Right, guys? Thanks for being honest. They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love.
Adopt Pure Love at theshelterpetproject.org.
And now, a look at some events coming up here on campus. For this year's recess, ACBU will be virtually bringing Amy Poehler and Tina Fey to campus. Bradley students and staff can join or watch via Zoom or together on the Olin Quad for a watch party. A picnic will be hosted on the playground beforehand, starting at 7 p.m., followed by the main event starting at 9 p.m. this Saturday. Follow ACBU on Instagram for more information. Tomorrow at 6 p.m., Bradley Student Organization Consultants is hosting a free event allowing students and faculty to present about topics they're passionate about that the Bradley community can also enjoy. They are currently looking for participants who love to perform. So if now is your time to shine, contact BSOC at bsoc.bradley@gmail.com. Students of the COM 480 class this semester are partnering with TAPS Animal Shelter for their senior capstone project. They want to help create awareness to promote adoption of both senior dogs and bully breed mixes. Their live Zoom event will take place this Sunday, during which will be a shelter tour, DIY toy making, and a chance to win prizes on Kahoot. If you have any questions or would like to register, email plavely@mail.bradley.edu.
Well, that's all we've got for you tonight on BUTV News. From all of us here, I am Tirza Sprigella.
And I'm Sheridan Hertig. We leave you tonight with a throwback performance from the Royalists. Have a great rest of your night, and we'll see you next week for our last show of the semester.